Welcome back to the channel, Football Farms. This is Diary TV and I'm your girl, Oganekara Asoe. Today we are looking to a story that has got Nigerians fan on the edge. The Super Eagles' rocky road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It has been a tale of twists, turns, and a glimmer of hope that is keeping us all dreaming. Picture this: Nigeria, a powerhouse in African football, sitting fourth in Group C with 7 points after 6 matches. This is really something that is unheard of, being that Nigeria is one that always dominates the football field. South Africa is leading the pack with 13 points, and with only 4 games left, the path to the finals in the USA, Canada, and Mexico is looking so bleaker than ever. But hold up, qualification isn't yet out of reach. It's complicated, no doubt, but the Super Eagles still have a fighting chance. And in today's video, we'll be breaking down 4 narrow roads that could see Nigeria soar to the World Cup. From a potential point deduction, shaking up the standing of the leader of Group C to the must-win battles ahead. We've got it all covered. So grab your Jay-Z, settle in, and let's unpack how the Super Eagles can defy the odds. First off, a game changer off the pitch. South Africa possible 3-point deduction. Let's look into it. Alright, we kick things off with some drama that is brewing off the field. South Africa, or Bafana as they are known, are currently sitting pretty at the top of Group C with 13 points. But here's where it gets juicy. There's a chance they could lose 3 of those points, and it's all thanks to a slip-up in their 2-0 win over Lesotho last week. The Lesotho Football Association had lodged a formal protest with FIFA claiming that South Africa fielded an ineligible player, midfielder Teboho Mokoena. Now, why does this matter? FIFA rules are crystal clear. If a player picks up 2 yellow cards in separate qualifying matches, they are suspended for the next game. Mokoena got booked against Benin and Zimbabwe earlier in the campaign, meaning he should have sat out the Lesotho match, but he didn't. He played 81 minutes. Lesotho is saying, hey, that's not fair, and they've got a point. If FIFA agrees, South Africa could forfeit that win, turning it into a 3-0 technical victory for Lesotho. That would slash South Africa tally from 13 to 10 points. So, what does this mean for Nigeria essentially? Because that is our focus. Well, the Super Eagles are on 7 points right now, 6 behind South Africa. And if this deduction happens, that gap would shrink down to just 3 points. Suddenly, the race for the top spot, the only guaranteed ticket to the World Cup, gets a lot tighter. Nigeria's recent 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe stalled, no doubt, but this could be the lifeline that they need. Imagine the scene: a boardroom decision breathing new life into the Super Eagles campaign. Of course, it's not a done deal yet. FIFA is still reviewing Lesotho's complaint, and South Africa is actually arguing their case. But if the ruling goes against Bafana, it's a massive boost for Nigeria's hope. Stay tuned, because this could change everything. Now, let us shift gears to what Nigeria can control: their performance on the pitch. Road number 2 is simple but brutal. Win every single remaining match. The Super Eagles have 4 games left: home against Rwanda, away at Lesotho, home against South Africa, and away at Benin. That is 12 points that is up for grabs, and they need all of them. Right now, they've got 7 points from 6 games, 3 draws, and a loss, and just 1 win until that sweet victory 2-0 over Rwanda last week, thanks to Victor Osimhen. But consistency has been their Achilles heel. That late qualifier against Zimbabwe was so painful. They can't afford slip-ups like that anymore. If Nigeria sweep these 4 games, they would finish with 19 points. South Africa with 13 now could max out at 25 if they win all their remaining matches as well. But here's the catch: even if South Africa stumble just once, Nigeria could leapfrog them. Take Benin for example. They've already beaten Nigeria 2-1 and could trouble South Africa too. Or Rwanda, who has shown grit with 7 points of their own. Nigeria has got to channel that AFCON runner-up spirit and turn it into a flawless run. Osimhen is on fire. Ola Aina is a rock at the back, and Alex Iwobi is pulling strings in midfield. They've got talent. The home games against Rwanda and South Africa are must-wins. No excuses. Then, those away trips to Lesotho and Benin. Tough, but doable if they can stay disciplined. It's a tall order, top 12 points from 12. But it's their clearest shot at topping the group without relying on anyone else. The Super Eagles need to play like their life depends on it because, well, their World Cup dream kind of rely on that actually. Rule 3 is where things get spicy. A mix of Nigeria stepping up and South Africa tripping over their own feet. Imagine this: South Africa wins all their remaining games against Lesotho, Benin and Rwanda, but lose that crucial head-to-head clash with Nigeria in September. Plus, they get hit with that 3-point deduction we talked about earlier. Let's break it down. If the deduction happens, South Africa drops to 10 points now. They win 3 of their last 4, picking up 9 more points, but lose to Nigeria, leaving them with 19 points in total. Meanwhile, Nigeria wins all 4 games. Rwanda, Lesotho, South Africa, Benin jumping from 7 to 19 points too. And here's where it gets wild. With both teams on 19 points, it would come down to tiebreakers. Head-to-head first, then goal difference. Nigeria beating South Africa in this scenario gives them the edge in the head-to-head. That match in Nigeria could be the decider, a do-or-die showdown with everything on the line. Imagine Victor Osimhen rising above Bafana's defense, the crowd in Uyo going bananas. It's the stuff of legends. South Africa has been solid, no doubt, with win like that 2-0 over Benin showing their grit. But if FIFA dug those points and Nigeria brings their A game, the Super Eagles could snatch the top spot. It's a really narrow road, sure, but it's one where Nigeria's fate is partly in their own hands and partly in FIFA as well. Talk about high stakes. Finally, the last road. Road 4. South Africa keeps their 13 points, no deduction, and wins all their game except against Nigeria. This one is tougher, but it is still a part. Let's say Bafana beats Lesotho, Benin and Rwanda, racking up 9 points to its 22. Nigeria, meanwhile, win all of their matches, climbing from 7 to 19 points. That leaves them 3 points short of South Africa. So what's the catch? Even with a win over South Africa, Nigeria can't top the group unless something else gives, like another team taking points off South Africa, which isn't a part of this scenario actually. But wait, there is a lifeline: the runner-up playoffs. The 4 best second-place teams across CAF 9 groups will get a shot at an inter-confederation playoff. Right now, teams like Gabon with 15 points and Namibia with 12 points are setting the pace, but 19 points could put Nigeria in the mix. Beating South Africa would boost their goal differences as well, a key tiebreaker in those rankings. It's not the dream of automatic qualification, but it's a backdoor to the World Cup. Nigeria would need to dominate their games. Think big wins against Rwanda and Lesotho to pad those stats. The road is narrow, no doubt, but it hinged on Nigeria being near perfect while hoping their 19 points stack up against other groups. It's a long shot, but football is full of surprises, right? So, there you have it, folks. 4 narrow roads for Nigeria to reach the 2026 World Cup. From a potential South Africa point deduction shaking up Group C, to the Super Eagles needing a perfect run, to that close win over Bafana with or without FIFA's help. It's a roller coaster of possibilities. The road is complicated, no questions, but qualification is still alive. It's going to take guts, goals, and maybe a little bit of luck. What do you think? Can Nigeria pull this off? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you are rooting for the Super Eagles, and subscribe for more updates as the story unfolds. The next qualifications are in September. Until then, keep the faith, football fans, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.